You're gonna love this.
No boy.
All right, so this is on three. Put this out. This is top 10 NFL prospects, not Heisman ratings. NFL prospects
I
this
know where
year.
this is going.
All right, y'all ready?
Yep.
Number one NFL prospect, Caleb Williams. Okay. Number two,
Yeah.
Drake May. 3, Michael Penix Jr.
Oh my
4,
Lord! I get the first two, but not
right. 4, Quinn Ewers. 5, Bo Nix. 6, Travis. 7, Joe Milton. 8, J.J. McCarthy. 9, Jaden Daniels. And 10, our boy Sam Hartman.
Are these all?
Why is he that far down the list?
NFL's prospect ranking list from on three.
The most
just all quarterbacks.
It's NFL prospects going into next year. Yeah.
That part of it. You had said NFL, and I, for whatever reason, thought I was just thinking the top 10 players.
Yeah, just who they see as the best prospects coming into next year.
I mean, I get Caleb Williams because he won the Heisman. Drake May had an incredible year last year, stats-wise. So, I mean, as much as I talk about Drake May, I get it. Who was number 3? Michael Penix Jr.?
Michael Penix Jr.
They're going to put him up there because of stats, too. Because
of the stats.
But he's not as good as Drake May is. Like, I'm going to just be 100% with you there. Man.
Quinn Ewers, Bo Nix.
Bo Nix should be higher. People disrespect him. Sam Hartman definitely got disrespect on this list. Because you talk about NFL-ready quarterbacks, just like they were talking about Will Levis, you need to put Sam Hartman up there. People don't understand how ridiculous Sam Hartman's numbers are, and to be playing at Wake Forest at all teams his whole career. They think this man just going to sit back and not cook? There was as much as we talk about Tyler Buckner transferring out, there was a little fear in the back of his head too, because we heard all the negative stuff about Sam Hartman not playing as good, and he did the right thing. But if you was really confident, just like Malik Willis when he was at Auburn, I compared the same way. I'm about to stay consistent when I say this. He was a little scared that he couldn't win that job back from Sam Hartman. That's why he transferred.
I completely believe that. I completely believe it.
Because he knows in the back of his head, man, he might have been playing bad, but you don't put up the numbers that you did at Wake Forest and not going to be able to cook at a primetime program like Notre Dame. Yeah, I'm out. Peace.
Well, because
I followed Tommy Reese.
It was also like, and we had mentioned this earlier on the show, these are two guys that were in their last seasons. Neither one of them was going to really sit back. You knew one of them was going to transfer.
Tyler Buckner probably, he has another year, right, of eligibility.
Does he have another year?
Yeah. I think he's a junior this year. This is Sam Hartman's last chance for sure. Yeah, this is the last chance for him. Not in a bad way, but this is just his like his redshirt senior year.
Yeah.
So that's crazy. Where was Jordan Travis?
Number 6.
Man,
and then
people
who was 7?
love
Joe
this
Milton.
dude.
Joe Milton 7. Yeah.
Joe Milton is interesting though.
That's
Yeah.
an interesting one.
See, and the way I found it interesting was though, like we saw when push came to shove at the end of this year, you had Anthony Richardson going third quarterback. You don't have no stats to prove it, but you see Michael Penix and you're like, yeah, it's going to be a lot of stacking, and that's why he's going to be, rated that high.
And all the weapons that he's got are coming back too.
Yeah. Yeah, and like J.J. McCarthy, I mean, he's got to take a step before we even say this stuff. So a lot of it's projection, so I get it. But I just thought it was interesting how they put this list together when it, pretty much right postseason.
J.J. McCarthy is actually really low on that list compared to what everybody's been talking about, how much they like him. But even the NFL dudes are like, I mean, he good, but I don't know, bro.
He's all right.
McCarthy really good, though.
Yeah. JJ really good though.
Yeah, but Sam Hartman though, man, I at number 10, I thought that was because he's top 5 to me, easy. Well, if you're talking NFL draft
draft prospects, yeah,
he's number 3 probably to me.
I'm surprised. Did
Maybe.
they happen to say
Maybe.
just because I'm curious? Did they happen to say where Devin Leary is at?
Devin Leary's not on it.
Devin Leary's not on
Okay,
it,
I
man.
didn't know if they did like honorable mentions or not. Okay.
Yeah, Devin Leary not on it. I'm trying to think of anybody else that should or could be on it. I can't really off the top of my head, but
Ooh, this should probably be a topic for next time. But damn, Devin Leary going to Kentucky. What if he cooks there, bro? Like stats wise, if he has a better stat year than Will Levis ever put together.
oh yeah, you said that. You said that a few weeks ago. You're like, yeah, then how are we gonna look at Will Levis?
The Titans are going to be like, well, we got to draft
Because
Leary
like the two wide receivers that are there, I forget their names, but to be honest, like I don't think they're that bad. Like I seen these dudes go out of their way to go out and grab a pass from Will Levis that looked a little funky.
Oh yeah. It was one against Florida. I remember it. He jumped over. It was underthrown. He threw it. He had to jump over the defensive back.
I think it was Kimber.
So, yeah, it was Kimber. Yeah, it was Kimber.
Yeah, man.
So I've seen it, but actually a lot from Kentucky. So a little bit more accuracy might actually just help him out a little more.
I
We'll see.
thought that was going to get picked.
Joe Milton is interesting on that list though too. I mean, they gave him the respect because man, I'm telling you, bro, that's one of the strongest arms I've ever seen.
Milton,
Of all time.
Is it hype? Is it hype for Milton though, and his arm, or is it hype and this Josh Heupel offense though too?
So
I think it's a little bit of both.
It might be, but remember how terrible. Go ahead, Fish.
I was just gonna say, I think it might be a little bit of both. You saw what Heupel did, even with Hooker, and then you saw kind of when Milton got plugged in, when Hooker tore his ACL, how he kind of was able to pick up right off. And then again, dude's got an absolute gun for an arm. So I feel like it's a little bit of both, but also you kind of got to respect of what little Milton's already shown you and how good the product looks so far. Yeah.
Well, take a spin on this though. Remember how bad Joe Milton looked at at Michigan? He looked terrible, bro. Like noodle arm, dog.
Let's not forget he was the starter before Hendon Hooker.
Yes,
and he looked bad, and they had to pull him. Yeah, because he was doing the same thing. Overthrows. That's why we talk so much about his arm. But now now that he's kind of dialed it in, it's hard to beat. It's really hard to beat.
But here's what I'll say though. Josh Heupel doesn't get enough credit for what he does with quarterbacks too. So this dude took Mackenzie Milton. Mackenzie Milton was a beast. Then got hurt.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, he did have McKenzie. Yeah.
And then went to Tennessee, had Joe Milton and Hendon Hooker. Had an experiment and probably fell in love just like we did with Joe Milton's arm. And then Hendon Hooker was the guy. Built Hendon Hooker up after a transfer from Virginia Tech. Was possibly, statistically was the best quarterback in college football with the combined stats in 2 years. It was Hendon Hooker. Hendon Hooker was the guy, and then he got hurt. Josh Heupel was also a Heisman runner-up and possibly could have won any other year that the Heisman was when he was a quarterback at Oklahoma under Bob Stoops. So, reversing the tape, what we saw from Joe Milton at the end of last year, bro, he was probably just waiting. This might be his, like, I know we talk about Tennessee not having Cedric Tillman and all those guys now, Jalen Hyatt and Hendon Hooker no more. I don't know, bro. He give him a benefit of the doubt. Joe Milton didn't play a full season, didn't really feel comfortable with those guys and look comfortable at the last 3 games of the season. Mm-hmm. So this might be scary, bro.
Yeah, I agree. And plus, that last game of the season, he was probably, he's running with the twos all year, pretty much.
Exactly.
So, and then at the last game of the year, he was running with all of them in the game. So it's like,
and trying to throw to Jalen Hyatt down. Yeah, and try to throw to Jalen Hyatt downfield where he hadn't really built that connection with them all year. That was Hendon's guy. Mm-hmm. It's difficult, man. You're just trying to learn everything when you're just doing it with the twos. So, yeah, I agree. I think Josh Heupel might. this might be the year where they actually be like, wait, hold up, yo, Tennessee is cooking, dog. Joe Milton is cooking these dudes. He's literally, I said this before, I'll say it again, and I said it with you guys, before, not on the show. My prediction for Heisman, my dark horse this year is Joe Milton. I think
you did say that.
I might have said it on the show. I might not, but I'm just making it known. Joe Milton is my dark horse candidate this year. He might not win it, but people, this is what's gonna be like. I just the situation of him and Anthony Richardson. Like, I'm not saying he's Anthony Richardson build, but he's gonna put together the numbers that Anthony Richardson probably should have with all the intangibles that people said he does have, and people are gonna be like, oh snap. No. Oh no, maybe this was the guy and not Anthony Richardson.
Yeah, you might be right.
I see it. Right. I see it happening, man. I really do. But that dude got what'd you say? It was like a nuclear missile with that thing, man.
It's like a nuclear missile. It's hard to control that thing.
Hard to control that thing, man. But go ahead, reel us in, Fishing. Go ahead, reel us in, man.
That's the news. It's not much news, but there's so many polls that come out, so I just kind of pulled a few of them, and we all got our ones that we think are interesting, but the QB ones are the most interesting. So I like that too. And the conference realignment can go 10,000 ways. So we just give you the take real quick, and we out.
It's crazy that we talk about all these quarterbacks that we've known for years now. And it's going to be one quarterback from somewhere that's going to come out. And it's crazy how Grayson McCall wasn't on that list too, by the way, for what he's done in his career. But there's going to be one quarterback from somewhere that we just absolutely have not paid attention to.
It'll be like Houston, Texas Tech. It'll be somewhere like that.
Yeah, Houston's got a new quarterback. I don't even know who their quarterback is going into the show.
Either.
So, yeah, it might be that dude because their quarterbacks always do well.